Happy Monday rolling out. This is your girl, Crystal Jordan, and we are here. We had back-to-back reality checks, but our 8 o'clock wasn't able to make it, but our 8:30 is here, and I'm so excited because we have been waiting to have this conversation. Of course, you guys know it's our Ready to Love Monday, so our next guest is one of the bachelors for Ready to Love, and trust me, we got a lot to talk to Papa about. Please help me welcome Dedrick Donald to Reality Check. Welcome, Dedrick.
Hello, how you doing there now?
I'm good. I'm good. I guess I was afraid we were gonna lose you, but I'm glad that you are here. You threw the grandbabies under the bus. You said you like us the grandbabies. How is it different? Because I haven't gotten there yet. I know my time could be coming. It could be coming
Okay.
soon. But how is it different as a grandfather than it is as a father?
Well, I mean, the one thing that I always can say is like with a grandbaby, it's like, wow, that's a lineage. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's still going, it's like you still going. And my grandbaby looks so much like me till it's
Yeah.
like you still going. And I mean the major difference is with children, they stuck with you. Like you stuck with them the whole time. Like if they act bad, if they get on your nerves, it's like the furthest you can get away from them is for them to go to their room. But
Right.
with a
Right.
grandbaby, you just pick up the phone and you call you call the son or the daughter, and you're like, hey, you need to come get your child.
Do you think that? Because I think that I had kids young. Obviously, you did also because you're a grandfather at this point. Do you think that you're more patient with your grandbabies than you were with your kids?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. Because my daughter, I was 21 when she was born.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was a struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to understand everything and trying to make it make sense. Because it's like, ooh, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Why? You know.
Growing up along because at 21 you're still kind of developing. You haven't fully developed yourself, so you're still
Right.
growing along with the kids. So, what will you do different with the grandbabies than you did with yours?
Well, okay. So first of all, I want to have another child. So,
Okay,
and I,
so
I
you
would.
into practice with a second go round. Okay.
Yes, yes, and it's always funny because a lot I hear people who that's happened, like their parents or have another child later on in life, and they'll
Hmm.
be like, "Man, they all the stuff that I could get away. I mean, that I couldn't get away with. They just let them get. It's not that. It's just the fact that they've learned patience, and they've
Right.
learned that every battle, I mean, every battle you don't have to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like some of them, you just got to be like, you know what? I'm gonna let you do what you do. Like after taking psychology and learning that, when a child is 2 years old, everybody always calls it the terrible twos, but it's actually the time when they're learning. So they're
Hmm.
not just touching things because they just want to touch things. They're actually learning. Like, hey, this. So if a child touches them, don't scream and say, "I don't do that." You like, hey, okay, you can't do this. This will hurt you. You cannot put the fork inside the socket.
Right. Right.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I like that when you said about every battle. I think that's probably true. Like with any type of relationship, when you learn, it's kind of like, okay, the things that piss me off or that got on my nerves at this age may not bother me so much after I experience a little bit more. Do you think
Right.
that translates to relationships too?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. A lot of stuff that would make me mad or have me, just live it. It's just like it just rolls off now. It's like, oh, okay. That's the part of dating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dating a beautiful black woman. That's the part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Now what? Before, because people there are women waiting in the comments. They are waiting. They have questions. I have questions. But the first thing I want to ask you, why do you want to have? What made you want to start over again as far as having another baby at this point?
It's not really starting over. Here's what it is. I've come into a point in my life where I want a son. Like I want a son. I want someone that I can teach everything that I know. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, this is awesome because this is time when y'all can really see, like you can see me on TV, but they cut so much you couldn't really see me. But now
Mm-hmm.
you can, I'm a gentleman. Like I'm a full-fledged gentleman. Like we had a function last night for Tommy's birthday,
Okay.
and we were walking down the stairs, and I got in front of the women and I had them put like their hands on my shoulders, or I would
Mm-hmm.
hold their hands. And as we were walking down, one woman was like, "You're the first gentleman that I've seen do that." I grew up like that. I grew up around my great grandfather. My great grandfather was big on that stuff, like making sure if you walking down the road, you put the woman to the inside. You never have one on the outside. You open up the doors and all those things like that. I was taught all that at a young age. I
Right.
can't tell you the amount of times that I stop and I see a lady, it's funny too. I say God be messing with me. He just want me to stay in shape because I'll pass by. It's always when I'm walking out the grocery store, because as a chef, I'm always at the grocery store, and I
Right.
walk out of there and I see a little lady, and she got like 20 cases of water. And then I'm like, okay, God, I guess I'm getting ready to love this,
Right.
But to hear them be so gracious and the amount of gratitude that they have let me know that it doesn't happen that often. And to me, that's sad. But I
Right.
just continuously keep moving in that direction and making sure that, hey, so to answer your question, I want to leave something for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And I want to teach him as much as I can possibly teach him, pour as much positivity, as much love, as much, I didn't get that. So
Yeah.
I got to make sure he gets that, if that
Right.
makes sense to you.
Yeah, it does. I want to now on the show. One of the things I want to play this clip really fast, but because we didn't see this on the show, so I was interested to see this digital clip with you and Stacy. There's a lot we didn't see, obviously, on the
Right.
show.
Yeah.
But obviously, if I've heard a lot of men say that. I have friends that have, I got a friend whose dad had 5 girls, just kept trying and couldn't. You may
Right.
not come up with a boy. So would you be open to, or were you open to dating someone that already had a son and being that stepfather, standing in that role for him so that he got that? Would you be okay with that, or do you really want your own, your own blood?
Okay, so I was married before, and that was the case.
Okay.
That was the case, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, it was a beautiful experience, but I just want one to look like me. I just want to look like me, just like look like me, talk
Yeah.
like me, act like me. We go to the football games together. Like, I want to do all that stuff and just be like, wow, that's me right there. I just.
Well, I believe it can happen, Dedrick. I believe it can happen. Whatever we want, I believe we can manifest it. Let's play this clip, and then we're going to talk about how you got to Ready to Love, what happened on Ready to Love, and all that good stuff. This is a
Okay.
clip of you and Stacy that was not on the show, but it is a digital clip that Owen shared afterwards. So
Okay.
let's check this out.
Rating that I got of a 2.1 versus a 2. I just want to get to know you better as we go through this whole process. And coming out of this, we get to the end, and you decide that me and you got that connection, right? What's your expectation of the next step?
So you can't forecast things. I just can't answer that right now.
Okay. If you can't never really answer a question just straightforward, that's not a good look to me. That's a major red flag. Stacy was my number one, but when I start feeling like I'm closer to people who are in the lower echelon than where you are, I have to go and I have to reevaluate myself and see, why are you at my top? Or why did I feel you were worthy enough to be at my top?
I appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you.
Let me.
All right. We didn't get to see that date. I wish we had seen that on the show. Dedrick. On the show, what we did see was you and Tressa. We did see you and Vernisha. Before we get into that, tell us, what made you open to going on Ready to Love? Had you just come out of a relationship? Had you been single for a while? What was going on in your love life that made you open to trying the show out?
Well, I had come out of a relationship, and it had been about a year that I had been out of that relationship, about a year and a half that I've been out of that relationship.
Okay.
And I had a really cool friend of mine. She you had those people that are your friends and they really believe in you and they don't care anything about, they just like really believe in you and they really, push for you. Shout out to Renee. I got to shout her out. That's my baby. She really believes in me. And
Okay.
so she introduced me to one of the casting directors.
Okay.
And so I ended up getting this call and they was like, "Oh, we love you. Like, yes, you're perfect for it," and everything like that. And at first I was kind of apprehensive, and then I was like, paperwork gives me major anxiety. I hate paperwork.
Okay.
So I delayed with paperwork. I did all this stuff. And then I actually was on the phone with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was talking to her, I was like, "Mom," I was like, "I don't know if I want to do that. Like, I don't think I just want to do that. I don't want to do that." I was like, because I don't want to come out looking like somebody that I'm not. I always strive to be, just 100% unapologetically me,
Right.
And so
Right.
I didn't want anything changed about me or anything like that. And so she was like, "Baby, just do it." She was like, "You never know what could come out of this." She's like,
Mm-hmm.
just do it. Just open up and do it. She's like, "You might meet somebody. If you
Yeah.
don't, that's still perfectly fine." Like, she's like, "You're a handsome man. You'll be all right." And I was like, "Okay, all right, Mom. All right. Well, let's, let me do it." So then I turned in. I actually called him back because it was like 2 weeks in between the time where I was late in getting the paperwork in.
Okay.
And so then I sent a text and I was like, "Look, I'm sorry. I was apprehensive, all this." Like, and they were like, "Oh my God, we've been waiting on you. Like, what's going on? I need that paperwork now." And I was like, "Okay." So I did the paperwork. So, and I did it and it turned out great. It turned out great.
It turned out great. Well, let me ask you this before we get into the show. Because dating, you obviously learn a lot. Living on, at your age or at our age, most of the people on the show are around the same age. Most of the people that listen to this show love it because everybody is around that, mid 30s, mid 40s, and
Right.
have been through some things, have been married before, or have children. Definitely have experienced life. Why do you
Right.
think you were single? What do you think was going on in your life that made you single at this point in life? Like what patterns or what behavior do you think you needed to change that resulted in you being single at that time?
Well, so I know in my previous marriage, there was quite a few things. I'm very open about it. I actually cheated. I cheated. You know what I'm saying? I stepped out of the relationship and it was wrong. It was wrong. It was crazy wrong. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have done it. And even though it's like you try to move past that as a
Mm-hmm.
couple and but it just was like life pretty
Yeah.
much. And at one point she was just like, I just can't, I can't do it. And so I was like, "Okay, I understand." At first I was like, "Please don't, let's work on this, make it right or whatever." And she was like, "Nah." And I was like, "Okay," and so I took
Was
time to
it,
heal.
was it multiple women or was it just one affair?
It was multiple. It was multiple. I was used to a certain women, you know what I'm saying? And
You were used to getting a lot of women.
it wasn't like it wasn't about the sex. It was more about the the compassion, the passion and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because my ex, she worked out of town a lot. She was gone a lot. Yeah, she was gone a lot. You know what I'm saying? And there was a few things that, transpired where I felt some type of way. And
Yeah.
instead of discussing that and really getting to the bottom of it, I just went back to what was norm for me. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Do you
And
think that you
so
were do you think that you were ready to get married when you got married the first time?
I don't know if I was ready to get married. I think I was. but I think I was more about the fact of just being married. Because
Okay.
I really want to be married. I really like marriage. Like I really like marriage because it's your best friend. Like you chilling. Like you know what I'm saying. Like it's
Yeah.
y'all against the world. Y'all building like this great thing. You know what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
then you just have to, as you make mistakes and you get older in life, you start learning that the things that mattered to you before, they don't really matter. Like they don't really matter. Like to me, you know, driving a fancy car and all that stuff like that, it's nice, but that
Mhm.
don't matter. Like it gets old after a while, and then you either have to buy another ball and chain, you know what I'm saying, or and I see people, they like go broke with this expensive stuff and they unhappy.
Yeah.
They're unhappy. And so, like I said, to there's a whole bunch of stuff that I would do differently if I
Mhm.
could, but I
Right.
can't. It was a learning curve for me. When you make I don't like to call them mistakes because I'm a grown man. So it
Mhm.
wasn't a mistake. It was a conscious decision that I made, and I stood for that and I still stand that to the day, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's one thing about me. You're gonna get the real with me. I'm not gonna fake. I'm not gonna lie, and because I never ever want this to come out and then somebody and I'll be like, oh no, I never did anything. I was just the perfect husband. Well, if you the perfect husband, then why? How you get divorced if you was the perfect? you know.
This is very true. So you were married twice, married one time or two times?
I was married twice. I was married when with my first daughter's mom. We were
Mhm.
married. And then I got a divorce. That one ended. She stepped out of the relationship. Was because
Okay.
I was in the military. I was in the military, young. We wasn't ready to get married, but I was a country boy, still a country boy, and I was always taught that you get somebody pregnant, you marry them. That's what you do. You know what I'm saying? You do the honorable thing, and that's what I was doing. But we were club compatible, but we weren't life compatible. If that makes sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We were sexually compatible, but we weren't. We weren't just where I could just lay down with her and we could have a conversation. It wasn't
Y'all were
like
best friends. You didn't have that best
not
friends.
at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Sounds like the second time you did, and that meant that didn't work because of learning, maybe it's you learning and that kind of thing. So now you get to the show, you're ready to find somebody to take that third step with. Do you want to get married again?
Yes, I do. Yes, I
Okay.
do. I
And you
most
want to
definitely do.
get married and have a baby. So you get to the show.
Mm-hmm.
What is the first thing you think once you get past the anxiety? Your mom talks to you, your friend is talking to you. You get there and you see all the ladies at the show. What's the first thing going on in your head?
Let me see what I'm ready for, who I'm talking to, who's in
Mhm.
front of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let me start weeding out immediately.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to weed out immediately. It's a fast pace, so you don't have time to, what I'm saying, to talk to this one 50 hours, talk to that one 50. You don't have time for that. Like,
Mhm.
and then, especially like when they're like, oh, at any time somebody could be going home.
Right.
So
Who was your top picks? Like when you just saw the ladies, who were you attracted to off the rip?
Well, Stacy, of course, because Stacy was the first person. It was like I was the first person. Then Stacy came. So
Right.
she and I had like probably about a good hour and a half of conversation before all the other people, you know what I'm saying? So we had like really good conversation. She was home to me. She reminded me of the girls from Louisiana. I'm from Louisiana. So she reminded me of girls from Louisiana, Creole girls and stuff. And she's from Mississippi. But
Yeah.
our whole talk about food, everything was like in line with each other. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, wow, this is like home. I'm good. I'm comfortable. So her, Venetia was another one of my tops, and I would say Kyra,
Okay.
but we hadn't really had, a talk or anything like that. But I would say Kyra though.
Okay. People are asking, I thought this was funny. When Ida said that you reminded her of Marvin Gaye, did you hear her correctly? When
Yeah, I
she
heard.
You
Yeah,
did? Okay. And people were
yeah.
like, did you say? And I thought that was a compliment. Did you take that in a good way?
No, I took it in a good, but it was kind of corny to me at the time. Because it was just like, come on now, why? Because I got my collar up like this, and plus see what y'all really don't know is it was cold as hell out there, and so I was like, I'm ready to go home. I am so ready to go home. It is freezing out here, like it was really cold that day. That was a cold, and we live in Houston, and it was really cold. So.
So you just were not trying to hear nothing. You were trying to get out and keep it moving.
I was trying to get in that house.
Movement. I was like, it was random, but I guess with the collar up, it did look like,
Yeah.
and the beard. But that's a good thing. Marvin Gaye was handsome.
Yeah, okay.
Like whatever.
I don't know if he's handsome or not.
That's just a funny question that a lot of people have. But of course, the main questions were, what was the deal? So you mentioned Bernicia and Stacy, and Kyra. Obviously, you were very clear about the fact that you were not attracted to Tressa when you first, when we first saw the conversation.
Right.
And that caused a lot of people to say, like, yo, why would he switch up and give her a chance? It almost felt like a pity date, and kind of like. And I was like, did the producers tell you to do that? Or did you really decide, let me give her a chance, let me go out with her, even though I know I'm 100% not physically attracted to her?
Right. Right. Okay. So to answer that question, please tell everybody, please listen.
No, they're listening, because I said, before you answer, Tressa had your back. So she's already come on, and she literally had your back. She said everybody has a preference. She don't like heavy, overweight guy. I mean, she was real clear, and she told everybody she had no problem with it. She thinks that everybody should have their preference. So just putting that out there, and I'm gonna let you go ahead and answer from your perspective.
That's not my perspective, though.
Okay.
Dedrick Donnell has no type.
Okay.
I promise you, if I pulled out pictures of every girlfriend that I've ever had, none of them look alike.
Okay.
Like none of them look alike. I just love women. I think women are beautiful. I think y'all are amazing. And that's point blank. My ex-wife is probably a little more bigger than Tressa.
Okay. So you do date curvier women, or BBWs, as everybody says.
Yes, whatever they want to call. I just call them women. They just women.
Okay.
Women. I hate putting them in the categories. That's too much. Like, it's too much.
So you just weren't attracted to her. It had nothing to do with her size, because you did say, that's not my type, or I'm not attracted to her. But it wasn't because of her size, of what you were saying.
No, it had nothing to do with her size. And I'm getting like bashed, like, did you playing with that? No. I wasn't attracted to her. Okay. And plus, to top it off, I just felt like that was like right off the rip. I just felt like it was, I'm not going to say an insecure question, but I'm going to say it was just a question that you probably shouldn't ask somebody right off the rip like that. Like, you should wait until, a little long. Let them get to see you also internally. Like, don't just come with boom like that, am I your type? Like, no, I don't have a type. You know what I'm saying? So,
but we saw you say earlier to Tommy that you weren't attracted to her. So by the time we saw you guys go on a date, yeah, she did put that out there, and that did feel awkward also. But you had told Tommy before that you weren't attracted to her. So I'm saying just was her.
Tressa asked me that question when we first met at the Yeah, see, they don't, the way they switch it around, this was like our first sitting down with each other. That was the first question that she asked me.
That was the first question that she asked you.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't like it wasn't like some time had passed or anything like that. Like that was like we
Yeah.
were having a conversation and she was like, so tell me, am I your type or not? Like, and I'm like, whoa, okay, I'm like, all right, then I'm gonna be honest with you because you
Right.
asked me because I'm not here to play with anybody's feelings. I was
Right.
not there to play with anyone's feelings. I was 100% up and straight up, Now, later on, when they had the date set up for us to have for the cooking class,
Yeah.
we had another little good conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, this two good conversations, Dedrick. Like, come on, man. Like, and Tommy had already had a talk with us guys at one of the deliberations that y'all didn't see, where he was like, some of y'all need to just reach out of your comfort zone and maybe just, give everybody a chance. You're supposed to be here for love. That's what you're here for. You're not here to find a type. You're not here to just pick any random person. You are here because that's what you want to do. Like you want to fall in love with somebody. So that's what I did. I said, you know what, man, he right about that. So then we happened to have that date. And then that's when I was like, you know what, Tristan, let's go on a date. Let's just see. You never know what could happen. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a pity date. It wasn't I feel sorry for living. No, it was 100% what was in my heart at that time. I go off a vibe. So that's how I am. Like,
some people thought you did it to stay in the game.
I was in the game. What are y'all talking about? I was in the game.
Okay.
I was all the way in the game. Like I was all the way in the game.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't show all the people that was attracted to me or were into me. It doesn't. Y'all don't get to see that part. So it just make y'all think it's like, oh, he just picked Tressa because no.
Yeah. Okay, I can respect that. We know we don't see a lot. I also feel like, and I mentioned this when we talked to, we had a recap on Friday. I think when the show first started, you were definitely one of the bachelors that everybody knew. You came across as very confident, very, knowing what you wanted, and very authentic. I think people also felt that, I guess Houston, it's a lot of country boys between Louisiana and Houston, and that it feels like you guys are all authentic. I don't know if it's true, but it feels that way. It feels like there's authenticity there. So I think people did, consider you a favorite. Let me ask you, just because the Tressa thing was a big deal, but she was very clear that she didn't feel like anything was wrong. She felt like, she said she felt like she should not have went on the date because she knew that you weren't attracted to her. And I just want to ask you, do you think as a man, because you were clear with her in the Spice when you guys were on the Spice date, when a man is interested in you, he'll let you know, right? I thought that was like real advice. Have you ever dated a woman that you weren't physically attracted to, and then because of her vibe, you started to become attracted to you? I've never seen men do that, but maybe you guys do.
Yeah, I was raised by a woman though, so I look internally. You know what I'm saying? I don't always look outwardly. Now, outwardly matters to me. I want to look at something that I'm attracted to. I want to wake up and see. But as time goes on, if I get to see you, I get to know you. You know what I'm saying? Your face might not be that pretty, but you got some beautiful feet. I love feet. I might be like, girl. And your personality is off the chain, and we rocking. Like I'm going with the vibe. That's what it is with me. So I'm not always based on that. You know what I'm saying? I've dated some girls that weren't just all the way attractive, but I just loved them. I just loved just how they carried themselves, how they, just everything. So it's not all about that with me. It's really not,
Yeah, I would just think it would make it harder to be faithful if you weren't 100% physically attracted to the woman that you're with. You don't think?
Not if you emotionally attracted though.
Okay.
And not if you mentally attracted.
That's a grown ass man answer. I like that. Okay.
If a woman has your mind and your heart, like you won't do that.
Yeah.
You won't do that.
if you're mature. Okay. All right. So let's get to so let's just wrap up, Tressa. What do you think the issue was? You think you guys just weren't a connection? Do you regret how that was handled or anything?
I mean, I don't regret anything. You know what I'm saying? I think that I did the honorable thing. I
Yeah.
feel like I didn't play with her. I wasn't gaming or anything like that. I was straight up to the point. I wanted to do that, and that's what I did. I just
Mhm.
wanted to see, so and I saw it, and I wasn't attracted, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? You can do it. That's what the show was about. It's
Mhm.
about going out with different people and seeing.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? I just think that was just so amplified, and I was like, oh my God, if y'all don't stop with it, like it's too much.
But that's just the show. People are gonna pick what editing gives us, and everybody's gonna have a conversation. Obviously, there's a lot of women out there that felt some kind of way. But like I said, Tressa had your back 100%, and she said that there's nothing wrong with people having preferences. You weren't disrespectful. She said you guys are still good friends, and y'all are cool. So she agrees with you. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna move on to Vernisha because that
Okay.
caused more conversation. What happened on Friday? So you guys tell us your side of that conversation that we saw. What we saw was you say that she was strong, that she was amazing, and it seemed like, I hate to use the word, I'm not going to use any words. I'm just going to say it seemed like she kind of threw you off of your game a little bit. You didn't come across as confident as you have on the show prior to that. So what in your head happened at that dinner with you and Vernisha?
You know what I hate? I hate when women get giddy behind a guy or whatever, or when they get a little struck and by a guy, then it's just called it's just butterflies, or it's just love, or it's just thing. But then when a dude do it, it's looked at as he being weak. No, I'm
Oh,
in touch with my feelings.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it is. I'm in touch with my feelings. So Vernisha made me feel some type of way.
Okay.
And in a way, it was a little bit scary because I hadn't felt that way in a while. So it was
Mhm,
scary. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? Because now it's like, oh, this is real.
Yeah,
Like, I'm gonna have to leave everything behind, like, for this woman. You know what I'm saying? So it's a real thing. You gotta understand, you on the show to find love. And
yeah.
and one of these 10 people could possibly be your wife
Hmm.
or your husband. That's a
Hmm.
big thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a big thing. So I would think that people would look at that and be like, oh, wow, maybe he's just really just taking this serious. Because
Yeah.
that's what it was. And at that point around Vernisha, me and Vernisha had sparks. Y'all don't see the sparks
Right.
because they don't show it. But we had sparks. If you've seen on the opening show, when the show opens with the song, it's me and Vernisha that are together. We
Mhm.
had sparks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We had feelings, you know what I'm saying? So that's all I was saying when I was saying you make me feel that way. I wasn't saying, oh, I'm weak, I'm scared of you. No, I'm like, man, you making some feelings come out that ain't happened in a while. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that whole thing was about. And that whole breakfast thing got chopped up so much to
Yeah.
yeah,
So
but it
I think that there's a narrative, and you can speak to this because I love hearing men's opinions on this. There's this narrative that there's this strong, aggressive, career-driven, fly black woman that is intimidating to a lot of men. And I think she understands that narrative because part of what she said was that she wants leadership, right?
Mhm, mhm.
So a lot of times, some men don't even want to deal with that. They're just like, she's too much.
Exactly.
So it
Exactly.
felt, I think that's why people took that like, oh wow, is he saying that she's too much for him?
No, I
Even
didn't
saying,
say that.
so that's why I'm appreciative of you clearing it up. But when you say I'm gonna have to leave everything, it kind of sounds like she's gonna have to make you bring it. Like, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do that. Like, I don't
No,
know if
it's
I'm
not
ready.
this. See, don't do that.
I'm
No,
letting
this is
you explain it.
this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. What I'm telling you now is, as a man
Okay.
with Vernisha,
Mm-hmm.
She's not intimidated. It's just she's a woman. Like she's a woman. Like she's more woman than a lot of women. Like she got businesses. She got 3 kids. She taking care of she's holding everything down. So I'm
Right.
not intimidated by that. But what I'm saying is, okay, I gotta come in with
Right.
everything.
You're saying you respect her.
Yes, yes. So it's nothing about, oh, I'm scared of it. No, I wasn't scared. It just was like, man, like this is real. Like this could really happen. Like Dedrick, you could leave here with this lady as your wife, pretty much. You get what I'm
Okay.
saying? That's because I'm thinking past just dating. I'm like, can I be with this person like for the rest of my life? Like
Yeah.
that. And then just the way she made me feel, you know what I'm saying? Like when I would see her, like I would get butterflies and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because Vernisha bad. People don't know it. Like on TV, when you see Vernisha on TV, that's a totally different person. When you see Vernisha in person, like,
Yeah.
yeah, Venisha's bad. She's a bad lady. Yes. And I mean bad meaning good.
Yeah, we got it. That's a good thing. So see, well, first of all, I love the fact that you are admitting that guys get butterflies because we didn't know that y'all do. That's good to know.
We
That,
human.
yeah, but women are sometimes take things. Women fall a lot. Men don't. Y'all like feeling butterflies for everybody, are you? They
No,
don't have
no,
time.
no,
For us,
no.
it may happen more. Like women talk like that a lot. We're used to hearing women say, you know, ooh, I like him, and that's we're used to that. We're not
Right.
used to men acknowledging and being honest about their feelings. So it's something different. But I'm glad that you're acknowledging that. This show really allows us to see the emotional side of men that you don't always get to see, right?
Right, right.
Because you wouldn't if you were not on television, right? And you went on a date with a woman, she wouldn't know that you gave her butterflies. Maybe until you told her if you guys got together. But if it's just a date, you're not gonna tell her that because you're still being cool.
Who? Nah.
You
I'm
don't be
different. I'm different. I'm so different. Like I say what I feel that comes out. I don't I don't sugarcoat stuff. I'm just you ask me a question, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I told you I cheated with multiple women. I don't
yeah,
care. Like I want people to know the real me because I'm 100% authentic. I've never
yeah,
what you seen or with the part that you did see on the show that wasn't cut up. That's who I am. It was
yeah,
funny because I was having a conversation with one of my clients today, and she was like, I kept telling everybody, whatever you see, that's him. That's really him. That's really how he is. He doesn't like the truth. He speaks the truth. He does not. I don't lie. I just don't do it. I just rather just go on and just tell you the truth, and then we good, you know?
Well, I think that the difference in that, Dietrich, honestly, and I appreciate that. A lot of men go on that show and they have not had the conversation that you and I had. They're not serious about really finding love. So the fact that
Right.
you're actually like, I was literally trying to find it, that lets us know that has not been, even from the first season. I've interviewed everybody from all 4 seasons. Most
Right.
of the time, the women are actually looking for love. Some of them, most of them, but a lot of times the men are not really that open or vulnerable. They're doing what they usually do. So to hear a man say, "I'm serious," I'm really looking at her like, could she be my wife? I may leave out of here with a wife.
Right.
That's a different
Right.
perspective than most of us have seen. So
Right.
I'm asking you questions, but I'm also respecting the fact that you were honestly being authentic. And we don't always get that from a lot of the guys. And everybody in the comments know a lot of times it's like he on some BS. He's not serious. And when a man's not serious, it's like all kinds of stuff happen. But it's obvious
Right.
that you were really trying to give this a
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah.
So
And that can be scary
yeah.
to a man because it's like, wow, like one of these women could actually be my wife. Like it really could happen. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, when I go there, I wasn't looking for a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for, a potential wife. That's what that I mean, ready for love. That's what you
What
know.
it's supposed to be. That's what's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So were you disappointed at the interaction with you and Bernicia? How that ended?
What you mean at the with the show?
Well, yeah, well, for you guys not to be able to connect, we don't know if that was the last date you guys. For us, that's the last time we saw you guys
Right.
together. So I'm saying, were you disappointed? Because obviously, if you liked her, like that,
Right.
you probably didn't want it to end the way it did.
No, but I had respect for the show though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had respect for the show. And so to continue something while the show is going on, that's to me, that's disrespect to everybody who's trying to find love. So if you was on there and they was like, oh, well, you ain't, you not ready to love, which I hate that whole.
Yeah.
I hate when they say that, because it's like, no, I'm not ready to love you, but I'm ready to love though. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm ready to love, some, maybe not anyone here, but I'm ready to love someone elsewhere, so it wasn't it. So, I mean, at that point, I was just like, okay, I'm not ready to love any of them. So I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to keep it pushing. And that's what I did.
Would you be open? Because on the past seasons, some of the cast have connected or hooked up. There's a couple that actually, Mario and Reva from I can't remember if that was season 2, actually are like together still. There's another couple that got engaged we didn't see them on camera at all. Would you be open to dating any of once all this is played out? I know that we can't, they can't give away the ending or anything, but would you be open to dating one of the women from your season?
I don't know. We have to wait and see on that. I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know. Like I'm in a good place right now. Like I'm in a really good place right now. You know what I'm saying? Like in a very good place.
What does that mean, Dedrick?
I'm in a good place. I'm in a good place. Like I'm loving life. I'm loving who I am. I learned a lot from this show, and I learned how to actually date from this show.
Toxic. That was my next question. Was what did you learn from this experience? So what did you learn about dating from the show?
So everybody, I say this all the time. I say it on my lives, and I'm telling y'all now. Trust me on this. And it's hard, but you got to do it.
Okay.
Sex and dating does not go together.
I'm with you, Dedrick.
They are not boyfriend and girlfriend. They not. They not. They do not go together. If you really want to find that person that's for you, you better not have sex with anybody. Don't have sex with anyone. Sex clouds everything. It feels amazing, but it clouds everything. And really, I mean, that's the one thing that, because on here, I already said I'm not having sex with any of these women. I'm going to get to know each and every last one of them that I can. And see if I have connections with them. But the sex part, that's not even on the table to even talk about.
Yeah.
Because sex it messes everything up. You just got to just go into it and see if my whole thing is I want somebody that I can lay next to and we don't say a word. We just laying in bed and we don't say not a one word with each other, and I'm calm and I'm at peace and I'm good. And that's what I want. And sex is going to cloud that. Sex is going to mess it up. The minute you have sex and then you go out with your boys, now all of a sudden you're doing all this. So the minute she go out with her girls, then she doing all this. And it's So just don't have sex. Just take your time to get to know who you are in a relationship. Let that person get to understand who they are in a relationship. See what roles y'all play in a relationship to make each other better. And roll like that. Don't worry about sex. It's gonna happen. Just Now
I agree with you 100%. I did not find love until I definitely took that out of the equation. But I'm asking because I always hear men say that they want to make sure, which I think is BS, but I just want you to speak from a man's perspective. They want to make sure that there's chemistry, because do you think that you could ever get with somebody, you guys have great emotional chemistry and great spiritual chemistry, but you don't have good physical chemistry? Do you worry about that at all?
No, I mean, no, I don't understand that. Like, I don't understand. That doesn't make sense to me, because if y'all have emotional chemistry, if y'all have mental chemistry. If y'all connected right here, then y'all gonna connect everywhere else. Because all that is the part that matters. The sex part, you can get sex from anybody.
Yeah, but you want to enjoy the sex with the partner that you're with, right?
So teach them.
Okay. Hey, I told you, I'm with you preaching to the choir. But this guy saying, oh, maybe you haven't had a situation where you and a girl weren't compatible sexually at all. Have you ever had that where y'all weren't sexually compatible at all, but you had everything else on lock?
No, never had that.
Okay.
Never had. I've never had that.
I think can you hear me still?
Yeah, I got you. I've had it where it wasn't that great or whatever, but then I sure how I like.
I think he's got going in. You're going in and out. We lost you for a second, Dedrick.
Me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. That's better. Okay. All right. So I got what you were saying. Though you haven't, not to that point to where you couldn't. I agree with you 100%. I'm just having the guys back, and some women. But I think I agree with you 100%. Like if you are in tune in every other way, then there's no way the sexual chemistry would not be there.
Right. And like I said, you can teach that person. You know what I'm saying? If they not doing something right, wait, hold up. Let me show you. This how you do it, or this is how I like it. You know, because at the end of the day, if y'all together and y'all in a committed relationship, that's what you want.
Right. Right. I think we were having a good conversation, and now the internet is acting up a little bit. It is acting up, but I appreciate that. Is there anything else that you learned about yourself, even watching the show back, like watching it now, play out over the last few weeks that the show has been on? What do you think about seeing yourself on television? Is there anything you think, man, I definitely learned this about myself that I did not know?
Yeah, I had to lose some weight. So I had to get back working out. I was looking like a duck on there. I wasn't feeling that. I was not feeling that.
The camera adds weight. The camera
I don't care about none of that. I was like, I never look like this. So I had to cut back. So I cut back on eating meat and stuff like that. I'm doing fish, but and then I eat the meals that I make for my clients. So yeah. Okay.
So you're a full-time chef.
Yes, that's all that I do. Yes.
So okay, there was chefs on last season. That is do you find that women, when they find out you're a chef, they want you to cook for them all the time?
All the time.
Yeah, I would think so.
No, I want somebody to cook for me. Sometimes people get comfortable. They were like, "Oh, you a chef? Oh, I ain't gotta cook." Whoa, hold up. Then it's like, well, if I cook for you, it's gonna be intimidating. No, trust me. I like because sometimes my cooking can become so overwhelming and intrigued. And intricate. I do a whole bunch of different flavors together. That sometimes I need to be grounded back and get just a simple flavor. I just want just something simple. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't mind. Spaghetti and meat sauce. I'm good with that. Like, let me get a whole plate of that. Like I'm good.
That would be, I would be intimidated to cook for a chef. That would be difficult because you're thinking like, there's no way that what I cook is going to be better than what he's making. And women want
not a competition. It's not a competition.
So what if it's just not that good though, compared to what he does?
To you.
Yeah.
Let the man make that decision though.
Yeah.
Let the chef make that decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just make that decision for him and be like, oh, well, I'm never going to cook for you because I can't cook as good. No, it's not about that. It's about the fact that I want to be catered to too sometimes.
There you go. Okay, so besides cooking, because there are ladies on here, there are ladies interested in knowing what's going on. We know you can't talk about anything that you have going on outside of Ready to Love, but what characteristics are important to Dedrick besides a woman that brings you peace? What is really important for your woman to like? What's like the top three things that are really important for you for in a wife?
Peace is the first one. Respect.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, you know what? Respect is the first one. I'm all about respect. Like I'm all about respect. I feel like if a woman don't have respect for you, it's over.
That's true.
It's a wrap. Like it's done. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And I feel like respect for a man is our love.
Mm.
That's how we receive love.
Yeah.
If you respect me, if you wake up in the morning and you look at me and you got them Google eyes and you like, oh, you so amazing, like that, you know, that's respect. Or or you call me your king or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Those types of things like that. That's what I'm talking about. That's that respect right there. Yeah. But if you waking up and I wish you would do something with yourself, or I can't stand you, or cussing you out and all kind of stuff. That's once you lose that respect, it's a wrap. So respect, peace. I need somebody that's fun loving.
Mm-hmm.
That's not always uptight.
Okay.
I don't like uptight people. Like over the top uptight for no reason.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person that if I feel like it, and let's say you you throw a big gala and everybody got to show up in tux. If I don't want to come in tux, I'm not coming in tux. If you want me to come to your party, I'll come to your party. But if I don't want to come to the tux with a tux on, and I want that person to be just as comfortable as I am, for us to walk in with something maybe not as tux wise, but we still fly.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. I just want somebody who's down to earth. I want somebody who's real. I like real people, genuine people. I don't like the fake stuff, and I don't like the people who like to put on shows. I don't know. I don't care what nobody think about me. Like I'm good. Like I'm really good.
You got those good old fashioned country boy values.
Pretty much so, yeah. It's you get what I am is who I am. You know what I'm saying? I don't put on a facade for people. I don't like that fake stuff. I never grew up being fake. Like if you didn't like somebody, you like them and it was cool. I don't like you. Don't come around me. You know what I'm saying? And and they would be fine and I would be fine. You know what I'm saying?
That is just life. So you're dating, you're in a good space. Would you be okay waiting until you got married to have sex?
Yeah.
That is so.
What I told you, dating and sex don't go together.
But I wonder how long you went that. Like, would you go the duration to the wedding?
Yeah, because I know at the end it's perfect. It would really be beautiful. I wish I was still a virgin. Like I really wish that.
Yeah.
Like I really wish, like if it was a way that I could just like virgin, you know what I'm saying? Like I would do it. I would do it.
Rewind and take all that back. But no, it's all that taught you and made you who you are today. So you be fine leaving the sex out as long as she's willing to have a baby.
Yeah.
And you go on until you get the boy.
Yeah, but we're gonna have the baby once we married. I'm not doing baby mama.
Right. Yes,
I'm not doing baby mom. Not doing baby mom. No.
That's what's up. Well, Dedrick, I wish you all the best. I know that, like I said, I really believe that anything that we say we can manifest as long as we're in, we're wanting it for the right reasons. Love is there for everybody. I agree with you. I don't like when they say you're not ready to love, because obviously that's not true. It's just about this particular situation. Right. But we wish you an amazing, peaceful woman that will be able to bring you a boy quickly. Quickly, like on the first try, y'all get a boy. So hopefully you'll come back and talk to us later. We definitely can't wait to talk to you guys after the reunion. Because come back because I've really enjoyed the conversation, and people in the comments have too. Thank you for your honesty and willing to be candid about everything. I really appreciate that.
No problem. I greatly appreciate you.
All right. Well, you enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will definitely be watching and definitely reach out to get you to come back after the reunion show.
Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good evening.
All right, bye.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. He was really honest. You cannot argue or cannot disagree with someone that's just giving you their honest truth. So, as I said, I really hope Dedrick finds love. Great guy out there. There's a lot of good guys, a lot of good women. It's just praying to make sure that everybody connects, with the right person at the right time. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me as always on this Monday night. You guys know we love talking about Ready to Love. So keep the comments going, keep the conversation going. We're going to be back on Friday at 10 o'clock as always for another Ready to Love recap. So I'll see you guys then. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see y'all on Friday.